time, we want to say welcome to this all-important program. As you all do know, this program marks the certification ceremony of our diligent and dynamic new inspectors that were trained for some 2 weeks during the month of November of 2019. And we all do know that that was a very great inspirational training that we all did that we obtained that ran from the 17th to the 29th. So first and foremost, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Executive Director, Honorable Nathaniel T. Blaman Sr. here to bring this program. Our Deputy Executive Director, Honorable Ronald Dubayo, and also Moses Massa of the UNDP that is also here in person. And we also have a very young man in the house. He's also the newly nominated focal point of the Action for Climate Empowerment Program. Mr. Taylor is also here present, and all other protocols that are here to bring this all important program. At this point in time, we want to formally introduce this program for this all important day.
Thank you very much. So we would like to welcome to the stage the Honorable Dr. Nathaniel T. Blaman Sr., Executive Director of the Environmental Protection Agency. Can you please welcome me?
Sorry, we don't do that. I am one bureaucrat. I don't believe in any bureaucracy that will move us forward. So, distinguished platform associates, prospective certification and certificatees or graduates. We'd like to say today for me is a happy day because we've come a long way with this process. For more than a year, we embarked on a process of recruiting potential new inspectors to add the strength of the EPA. And that process have lasted till now. And I want to congratulate you. I've made it through to the training. And to tell you that I think you are among the best of those selected to participate in the training. May I remind you that when the advertisement was put out, we had almost 3,500 applicants. And we sorted it out, and we came down to 800. We gave public tests to I think 900, 850 or 900. And we did the sorting out, the interview, and today you are here. So I can tell you in all fairness that all of you who were successful to participate in the training, you merited it. So give yourself a round of applause. Having said that, I've come not just to praise you with words because you participated in training, but there are going to be some difficult times ahead. Because as you will see, and some of you have begun to appreciate the training. Some of you have begun to appreciate the training. That the training is a specialized course. Some of our colleagues here, you'll notice that some of our EPA colleagues participated in the training. Some of them got masters and PhD, but they still starting the training. Because getting a master's in environmental science does not make you an environmental inspector. Until you do this induction training and you are certified, it makes you a fully inducted environmental inspector. So for the fact that you have completed this training, it takes you into another level. Now, in addition to that, there are other trainings and other opportunities that will come. For those of you who have the opportunity to start with the EPA. The thing is, my experience have shown that not everybody that get trained will get employed with the EPA. But what happened is that we will have a pool of technicians out there with this certificate. Some of you will have job with companies. Some of you will have job with other institutions of government and other private sector initiatives because you have specialized training. And so right now we are challenged government budget. We are trying to lobby government to give us money so we can employ majority of the people that were trained. We will not be able to employ all when we start the employment process. It's going to be a process. And I'd like to challenge you. Those of you that start the training, you think you did well in the training, I want to challenge you, just remain calm. Don't try to go around and lobby with people and tell them, please put me on the first list of people that will be employed. That will not be the right thing to do. Because people will lie to you and eat your money and you will not get anywhere. That's one. Secondly, this is not the end in itself. As we speak, in the next 1 month, approximately, or in the next month and a half, between now towards the end of February, we'll be calling you again to another round of training. This time, this training will be with you and the old inspectors, so that you interact with them. Most of it will be fee activities. It will be more practical than the classroom side. So you will know firsthand what to do and how they operate and what have you. At least this time, it's not going to be the 2 weeks, it's going to be at least a week. We're finalizing an arrangement. We would have had it at the end of this month, but we have a very major conference coming up in February. We don't want to get distracted trying to plan for it. So I can safely say here, between now and the end of February, we will have the second round of training. I'd like to say this much, we would not have gotten this far without support from our partners. UNDP, the Green Climate Fund. There is a project being managed by UNDP called Project that funded this training. In government, the government is challenged with resources, but what we've tried to do is to work with our partners in the face of the challenges to access support to be able to strengthen national capacity. I'm one person who is a strong believer in the future of this country. One thing I've boasted when I told people, especially when we put up those advertisements and we saw the list of people that applied, I declined to accept anybody who say we have capacity gap here. We have a lot of innovative young people who want to just do something, but challenge is giving them the opportunity to do it. And we can assure you that by this kind of training, it creates a platform for you to stand on and showcase yourself. I saw some of the scoring sheets from your tests. Some of you did very well. Some of you did not do very well. But this training, it demonstrates that whether good, bad, or ugly, all of us, we participated in a process. So today, we will be certificating all of you that participated in the training, whether you make a pass or fail in the final test. But guess what? I challenge anybody to tell me that all of you that sat in the training, you didn't learn something. Everybody did learn something. And some people have phobia with public tests. When it comes to final test and evaluation, and they get nervous. I wonder I put it, I will fail. I wonder I do this, I will fail. But if you knew catfish technique, then all of you are going to pass, but I will not show you any techniques. And so I don't want to waste your time, but I just want to say I'm happy because we are about to open a corridor to add new member to the family of the EPA. or the environment sector. When you since you've completed this training, you're not just joining the EPA, but you are joining a whole new sector. Evident by the fact that some of you come from different background of discipline: biology, agriculture, chemistry, forestry, geology, and you can name the rest, engineering, all of that. So for me, you have added to the pool of technical staff that we can move this country in the right direction. The last set of inspectors that were trained by the EPA was in 2011. 2011. You can imagine that's 9 years on. All right? May I tell you, when I left the EPA in 2013, we had 87 inspectors in the field, besides the ones at headquarters. By the time I came back in 2018, that number had dropped to 37, right? Yeah, 37. Some people left, some people traveled, some of the people died, some of the people took up new jobs, resigned, took up new jobs, and what have you. So the strength of the inspectorate dropped immensely. For us to be able to do effective environmental monitoring, for us to be able to ensure effective environmental compliance by companies operating in Liberia. Every day we receive complaints from communities. For us to be able to respond adequately to communities, then we have to have a level of staff in the field. And the good thing is, with the EPA, we don't just take people and put them in the field. We have to train you in environmental monitoring inspection before we deploy you. The reason is simple. Sometimes, just by the way you file your documentation, anybody who challenge us and tell us, say, in as much as you said yes, but who the inspector that brought the first complaint that visited the facility and put you on the stand? According to your law, it says you should be trained in this. Are you trained, inspector? When did you take your training? When did you take your training? And you be talking, I graduated from LU. No, that's not what we said. Do you have a certificate in environmental monitoring inspection? No. You might have the right case, but you will lose it simply because you don't have the right documentation. Like Cafish taught you is in collecting samples. Sometimes just the procedure in sampling can make your case right or wrong. If you don't follow the chain of custody in sampling, if you go forward with that issue, the proponent can challenge it. And if they challenge it, you will have a good case, but it's thrown through the window by the court. Because the court is evidence-based, it's procedural-based. So did you follow the procedure as set by your law? No. And finally, before I take my seat, I'd like to challenge you. When you are successful to get employed within the EPA or anywhere else, see yourself as the first line of defense. I call it foot soldiers for the EPA. Because the information that you give to headquarters is what we rely on and make decisions. So do not compromise the integrity of the entity. Before you get employed, you sign a confidentiality form and all of that when we get to that point. And commit up that if you violate this, then you'll be prosecuted. Not just dismissed, but you'll be prosecuted. Because the kind of work we do is very delicate. There will be temptation out there, but you have to stay on the ground. Okay, some of you are joining the inspectorate when it's not more improved. When I remember when Webber then joined the inspectorate, they never even had a motorbike to go to the field. Today, we got inspectors that have motorbikes, but without motorbikes back that are not being used. We're trying to get people on board and sign into them. Tells you that you come into a team that has grown over a period of time. So the integrity of the EPA and the inspector So we don't want anybody compromising it. You want to be a good inspector, you have your Bible, you have your guide. That is the Environment Protection and Management Law and the Act creating the EPA. Those two instruments, if you master them, then you're a very good inspector. In addition to all of the practical things we've taught you, you need to master those two instruments. I think they serve you a copy. You have a copy, right? Okay. Read them day and night. Even while you stay out, try to familiarize yourself with them. Some of the problem we have in this place is people wait, they reach to the place before they try to go consult things. If you already know what to do, when they come to you, you can respond before you even spontaneously, without even thinking what I'm supposed to do, you already know what to do. So I'd like to challenge you. It's often said in Nigeria we are lazy readers, but in the environment, there's no way you can be a lazy reader. You have to read so that you can get perfect understanding of the work you have to do. On that note, I'd like to say thank you. I'd like to congratulate you in advance until you receive your certificates. But I pray that all of you will join the EPA family in the not too distant future so that we can work together in moving our sector forward. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you very much for that speech. If I didn't take anything from the speech, I took the one thing, and that's integrity. He stressed on integrity, and he said, you shouldn't compromise your integrity. So on this note, I want to invite here the special representative of the UNDP to the stage to provide a special remark.
So, Honorable Lieutenant Blama, Executive Director, Environmental Protection Agency, flanked by him, his able deputy, round up to you, and all other distinguished officials of government here present, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to express our warm gratitude to the management of the Environmental Protection Agency for its commitment to sustainable development in Liberia over the years. I also wish to express the gratitude of UNDP for the level of collaboration and partnership on many environment and development issues in Liberia. Ladies and gentlemen, current environment and climate challenges in Liberia, including deforestation of tropical rainforests, the hunting of endangered species for bushmeat, the pollution of rivers and coastal waters from industrial runoff and raw sewage, the burning and dumping of household waste, coastal erosion and flooding, change in temperature and rainfall patterns, among others, demand that the EPA and the country at large is adequately capacitated to address the issues. During a stock-taking exercise conducted by the UNDP in partnership with the EPA in 2015, as the National Adaptation Plan process was being formulated, it was recognized that there was a limited capacity within the country to support sustainable management of the environment. Hence, capacity building and expanding the knowledge base for adaptation has been a key focus by the UNDP, the EPA, and other partners. And before the close of 2019, Liberia took a giant step towards capacity building through the setting up of a graduate program in environmental studies at the University of Liberia. The program, which was developed in partnership with the University of Liberia, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the United Nations Development Program, with funding from the Green Climate Fund, expands the University of Liberia teaching and research portfolios by integrating a focus on environment and climate change, and thus serving as a repository of knowledge and platform for sustaining the gains of the National Adaptation Project. We are also grateful for the partnership with the EPA, through which a 3-year capacity development plan has been developed for 10 institutions that are directly involved in climate change impact management in Liberia. The focus of the plan is to help these institutions develop capacities in order to fulfill their mandatory and statutory role on an integrated climate change impact management and strategy in Liberia. To help address the capacity deficit, the NAP project has been able to train technical staff with gender balanced representation from key government entities and academia in vulnerability and risk assessments, multi-criteria analysis, climate resilient agriculture, climate change adaptation, coastal and flooding engineering, and disaster risk management. This has enabled us to develop a core multidisciplinary team of national experts who can support research and planning for NAP processes. Ladies and gentlemen, all the gains we have made thus far will remain fitter without further effort to have them firmly rooted. Hence, we have gathered here today to witness the licensing of 120 environmental technicians, focal points, and intersectoral coordination staff who have acquired training and competency in environmental management, monitoring, compliance, and enforcement. This initiative represents another milestone in developing a pool of technical skills to support the public and private sector related to the advancement of the NAP process and achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge you to join me in challenging this new corps of trainees to support our joint efforts in improving environmental compliance and reporting on environmental issues at the sector level within the private sector, ensuring that environment and climate change issues are mainstreamed at the sector level, improving coordination and cooperation between the Environmental Protection Agency and other government entities. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, let me assure you that the UNDP will continue to support and contribute its quota to efforts aimed at achieving Sustainable Development Goals in Liberia. On that note, I want to again stress the very, very conducive collaboration that exists between the UNDP and the Environmental Protection Agency. A few years ago, the EPA was designated as the implementing partner for all of UNDP's Energy and Environment Program. And since then, we have enjoyed the collaboration and the cooperation with this entity, especially under the able leadership of Honorable, you don't like me to call her Honorable, Mr. Nathaniel Blama, which I just normally call Nat. Amen. We want to. I've never called him Honorable Blama, but I'm going to call him Nat. And this is because of the long way he and myself have come through. And I want to really be grateful to God and thank him for his commitment and determination to move ahead. And lastly, I want to thank all of you graduates. I can say you are all graduates of this training. I want to thank all of you for this bold step in coming in the arena to provide a commitment in protecting the environment in Liberia. We have an enormous challenge, and it takes trained people to do the job. So I want to say thank you on behalf of UNDP. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And so now we want to call the lead trainer, the Honorable Mr. Brunel.
Good morning, everybody. I was just chatting with my son, and he asked me for something. So I said, don't worry about it. Trust God, you'll get it. He said, yeah, but trust God, but you can't forget to lock your door. Even though you trust God, but then you don't me. So that puts some definition on the trust. Anyway, that was very funny just now. But anyway, glad to the UNDP family and the EPA, especially for not foreseeing this vision that he has. This is his hand mark now. This is his group of inspectors that he's putting together. And like he said in his remarks, it is not just for the EPA, but now you are now technicians now for the entire sector. We know that the environmental sector is challenged with having technicians to service that sector. But with your training now and coming on board, and as you go further and further and further, the experiences you gain, Liberia benefits. Many years ago, I used to have a country director. Every time we had a recruitment for 5 person, he said, make that training for 20. So I said, but when the guy stays for 5, he said, hey, the other 15, Liberia enjoys the other 15. We'll take the 5 we want, the other 15, Liberia will benefit. So again, just like the ED was saying, for those who do not come on board, Liberia still benefits because the knowledge is there, the people are here, the resources is here. So we're happy again to be part of this process. We hope that now you guys are colleagues. In fact, you guys are competitors of mine now. So I gotta be very careful. You guys are my immediate competition. So I gotta mark each and every one of you now and say, okay, double the money going. Anyway, glad that we are all in this family together. We know the journey is long, but at least we have begun. Thank you all and have a wonderful, wonderful day.